Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and this is not David. I just got done doing Taco Tuesday with Marina. If you didn't catch it, it's on her channel is Heart Centered Tarot, and Dave and I do a Taco Tuesday with her every other Tuesday. Dave didn't make this particular one, but Maria and I carried on and soldiered on. She had a couple of topics, and one of which I found very fascinating was on Trump giving an ultimatum to Vladimir Putin, saying that Moscow has to sign a ceasefire deal to end the war in Ukraine within 50 days. Um, Russia has pushed back, saying any ultimatum for Moscow to sign a ceasefire deal is unacceptable, and they're calling for continued negotiation, insisting that the invasion ordered by Putin will continue until its goals are achieved. I'm kind of puzzled what those goals were. I think it was something along the lines of there was Nazis in charge of Ukraine's government, and they wanted to have a buffer zone between Russia and the NATO countries. It seems like Russia's goals are, I don't remember exactly what they were, but I don't see how they're going to achieve their goals. Um, Trump has basically threatened to impose 100% secondary tariffs on countries that do business with Russia, like India and some of these countries that are China that are buying all the oil from Russia and keeping the war machine going. Um, Russia's wants to focus on political and diplomatic work to end the war. They clearly, uh, their version of diplomacy and political work is basically we're going to bomb the crap out of you, and then our negotiating tactic is, well, we won't complete the takeover of all of Ukraine. We'll just keep all the dirt that we've grabbed at this point. They're not sincere about what they want to do. And the problem is, and this was kind of leading up to the reading, is, Putin's playing the strong man, the strong leader, like how Trump wants to be. And the problem with if you're the strong man leader is if you are weak or you lose, that's it. It's game over. You rule through intimidation. You rule through fear. You rule because you're the big dominant male in the room. Putin has to win this if he wants to stay in power, and that's why Russia's kind of pushing back. So let's take a look at the energy around this. The readings I had were kind of surprising. Like once again, so go look at the Taco Tuesday readings, and I'm just to see if I'm going to get more of the same on this. So entertainment purposes only. Um, how is Putin feeling about the war in Ukraine right now? Okay, so we got the Two of Pentacles. Balancing. It's a balancing act. Um, it's it's kind of one of those. His generals are telling him everything is going great. Um, he wants to keep the war going because he wants to grab more dirt, but he's got to pretend that he's negotiating in good faith. The cross is a perfect card. So is the Eight of Swords. He's wrapped up. There's no way out of this for him. He has to come out victorious, otherwise he's out of power, and that's what that card is representing. Um, Energy underneath is the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, he can only attack in the summertime. If it's wintertime, he can't attack. This is his only chance to make gains. And we're already through the peak of summer. It's, winter is coming. And if winter comes again, he might, he might not be able to stay in power because the local population is going to be tired of this war. And, these sanctions that Trump's going to put on, they're going to affect a whole bunch of people in Russia. In the past, the Nine of Swords, that definitely came up, rushing into this unprepared and just being recklessly moving forward in a reckless fashion. Current energy is the Two of Swords. They have a choice. You can negotiate a fair peace deal, or you can keep on fighting. Overarching energy is the Eight of Wands. Um, this could be, well, we got plenty of drones and missiles left that we feel that we can win the war just through the air. It could also be things are going to start happening rapidly. The communications, actions being taken. This could simply be they're watching the United States through its actions starting to supply NATO countries with weapon systems that, and then the NATO countries will supply Ukraine with their weapon systems. You know, because right now some of these NATO countries they don't need a whole bunch of Patriot batteries, so they can give their Patriot batteries to Ukraine, and then the United States will simply sell them a new Patriot battery. The lesson to be learned: Mother Russia, the Empress. It's just about this is Putin has put his whole legacy, his whole agenda, his whole reputation is on winning this war in Ukraine. This is it. This is he's gone all in on this. He can't come out losing. It'll be the end of him. And there's the card. That's the card that didn't come up in the reading. If you watch the reading, that was the card I called out. It's the only thing that was missing was the Ten of Pentacles. And because this is his legacy. He's based his whole legacy on him being a strong man, getting Ukraine back into Mother Russia, and basically starting to rebuild the USSR. And he was going to be the guy that did it. And he was going to do it in like 72 hours. And here we are 2.5 years in, right? Or has it been longer than that? I'm starting to lose track of time. Let's see. So that's how the general energy on Putin is on that. Let's see. What's going to happen with the tariffs? Will that be enough of a deterrent to get Russia to agree to a ceasefire? Because this has got to embolden Zelensky in Ukraine, because they know that if Russia doesn't agree to a ceasefire in 50 days, bad things are going to happen for Russia. So that gives a big negotiating chip to Ukraine. Basically, they can start making a lot more demands because they know that the chips are going to be coming in their favor in 50 days' time. Will this threat of secondary tariffs and potentially other bad things for Russia, will that lead to a successful ceasefire for Ukraine? Okay. Foundation of the reading is the Devil. Okay. Where do we go with this? So this basically, Russia's chained themselves to this. And frankly, Trump has chained himself to this. This war, it's very unjust. There's a lot of corruption in Russia. Oh, there's a lot of corruption in the United States. This has gone on way too long. Let's keep going. I'm not sure where I'm going with this with the Devil card. The Cross is the Page of Swords. So it's just, this is a renewed fight. Oh, okay. This is just basically, this is Russia coming in and with their bullshit about Ukraine is being run by Nazis, neo-Nazis, and all the lies that they've told, so that Putin could justify going to war. But now Ukraine has if you will, they've got a reason to keep fighting, because they know in 50 days' time, it's like a renewed energy, a burst of youthful energy to keep the fight going. Underneath it all is the Nine of Pentacles, because there's good things. Prosperity is around the corner. Whether there's a ceasefire or not, Ukraine is going to come out okay. They've got the opinion of the world, the support of the world is behind them. In the past, basically, Russia was going to declare victory. Basically, Trump was supporting Russia because he thought that they would be victorious. and they were going to do this in 72 hours. Current energy is the king of swords. Guess what? It's been years now, and you haven't even taken the dirt yet. You haven't even gotten to the point where you can occupy the country. You haven't even gotten to the tough part yet. And the truth is coming out that Trump is not supporting you anymore. That the NATO countries aren't supporting, are getting involved in this. That you've got 50 days to come up with something. Otherwise, it's going to hit you hard. There's going to overarching energy is the Five of Wands. There's going to be a lot of chaos over the next 50 days because I suspect Russia is going to launch everything they can at Ukraine over the next 50 days. I just don't know if they're going to honor the 50 days. The lesson to be learned is the Four of Cups. Russia's not happy about the ultimatums. Russia's not happy about the sanctions. Russia's not happy about what their options are. Outcome is the Six of Pentacles. This is about how do I define this card? Trump is basically not giving much to Putin anymore. Putin's going to get crumbs out of this, and the United States is going to be the major victor. Ukraine is going to be the major victor. You know, he's starting to support Ukraine. It's a trickle right now. You've got some weapon systems that are showing up, but in 50 days time, the big guns arrive. I think that's where I'm going with that. I'm gonna throw some more cards on this. Just is Russia? Well, let's just go right to the chase. Will this be the end of Putin's reign of terror over Russia? Is this going to be the end of Putin? Because, like I said, if he can't get a just peace deal, and now Ukraine's not going to play nice, they're going to play hardball because they know that Russia has to. They got a 50-day fuse, and if Russia doesn't sign up in 50 days, bad things are going to happen. And what I was getting on the reading with Marina is the oligarchs are the ones that are going to be unhappy, and they're going to start plotting, if you will. So, will Putin survive this? Is this going to end Putin's legacy? Justice will come. Justice is, you get the foundation of the reading is justice. Justice will be served. The Death card. Okay? End of an era could be the end of something else. It's the Seven of Cups. Just all the lies, all of the misdirection that Putin has been fed by his generals, and or the propaganda that's being fed to the Russian populace. And you've got the celebration, Three of Cups, and underneath it, a Knight of Cups, an offering. You know what? Let's just throw a clarifier. The Death card, is the Death card Putin, or is the Death card Putin's reign? It depends. Wheel of Fortune. People are going to be celebrating, and there's going to be a victory. You may be hearing Swan Lake. I think is kind of what I'm getting, where I'm going. It might not be in 50 days, but I think Swan Lake might be coming up soon. Especially if 50 days we're starting to get into the fall. And if they get into winter and they have to hunker down for another winter, that's it. Game over if it goes into winter. The morale on the home front won't support it. And I think that'll be the end of that. Let's see. How's Putin? Let's go for one more reading. How's Putin looking in the winter? Or how are the oligarchs feeling about this whole war? It's been a burden for them. There's no way out of this. You got the High Priestess keeping secrets. It's knowledge and secrets. probably understanding what's been going on behind the scenes, what's really going on. That once again they're seeing how Ukraine is starting to they're getting a little bit of additional help, but the big help is coming soon, and there's a new truth coming forward. Okay, so the oligarchs are feeling the pinch. That's probably all the tariffs and all the disruption to their lifestyles. And then let's just keep going. What's Putin health like in the wintertime? Come the end of 2025 in the wintertime, how's Putin's health looking like? What do we hear, Swan Lake? Quick, okay, he's going to declare victory. Okay, that's interesting because that card did come up. But then the oligarchs it's the burden. Oh, this is interesting. Chariot, things will be moving forward. A Page of Pentacles. People will be looking at different things, new things of value, and a new action being taken. Oh my. This is the interesting card, is the victory. Because is that a victory for the Russian people? Is that a victory for Ukraine? Or is that a victory for Putin? So let's clarify. What is the victory card? Who's it apply to? The Magician. This applies to Trump. Huh. It could apply to Trump. People are celebrating. Got that card again. And it's about balance. Huh. So if this is Trump, what is this saying? Trump's going to declare victory, but there's still a big burden that needs to be addressed. Things will move forward, and you've got an opportunity to start looking at things differently. Like look at the things of value differently. That's interesting. I'm not exactly sure, but I guess we'll find out in 50 days. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this. Fascinating stuff. We'll see what happens. I know the oligarchs are not going to be happy if this goes 50 days and there's no peace and Putin just doubles down. I think that's going to be it. I think this is the off-ramp that the oligarchs are looking for. And if Putin doesn't take the off-ramp, maybe they'll show him the off-ramp. I mean, he did get the death card after all, right? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate this. If you like these videos, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell, and we'll wake you up at midnight with a new reading. And then leave a comment. I read them all, respond to many. And I want to give a shout out to Carolyn Carlson, who's got a birthday coming up on July 24th. I'll be in England until coming home on the 24th. So happy early birthday to you, Carolyn. Let's give you a nice card. You got the 8 of Pentacles. I'm sure everyone's working very hard to get you things that you really enjoy for your birthday. And then let me just see who's in the comments right now. If I don't have a list of people that I'm giving shout outs for, I usually go to the comments. So that's another good reason to leave a comment. And who we got here? Oh, Hope Rambo. Now there's a great name. Hope Rambo. Left a comment. Yeah, we're horrified by the ice raids, which look more like the beginnings of Nazi Germany. Oh, hell yes, Hope. You definitely, I totally agree with you on that. And we need to put an end to this Gestapo Nazi stuff. And we're going to get the Chariot card for you. Just keep moving forward. We keep up the fight. Don't let them win. And then T. Middleton. Give a shout out to T. Middleton for a comment. Let's see. What are we commenting? Yeah, he does things that someone else is doing it, but it's really him. Yeah, that's just what Trump does is he does like a preemptive projection, if you will, like with the Epstein files. He's now saying that Obama and Comey and Biden, they created a list. They made up a list. And that's simply because he knows his name is on the list and he's trying to discredit the list before it comes out. So we'll get you a card for that. Yes, Ten of Swords. Yeah, hopefully we can put an end to this here. And then just a secret card for the rest of us. Hillbilly Brawl card, the Five of Wands. Yeah, we're going through chaotic times right now. And it's so draining. But just keep your chin up, keep a positive attitude. We'll get through this. Hopefully for the people in Ukraine, this will all be done by wintertime. Fingers crossed. I really, truly hope peace for them. Anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, folks. Bye.